message. This message may or may not resonate with everyone watching. Please use your discernment when watching tarot. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you for your subscriptions. Thank you for your likes, your comments. All right, collective. So I titled this reading Freedom because I am strongly picking up this message that Spirit wants you to unattach yourself to anything that is limiting you, whether it be other people or whether it be your own beliefs. It is time for preparation. 2026 is the year of the horse. You know anything about horses? This is about expansion and freedom. So now is the time to get ready. So let's check the energy. So I think I want to start off with a Moonology card. The reason for that is because we are getting ready to have our full moon in Aries, and that energy is coming on in here. This full moon in Aries, I know I talk about that in the past, and I talked about like watching your emotions because it's going to be a very passionate time. But I also want to make note at the fact that this is also a good time for a lot of energy. So you could be telling me that you're getting energized. I don't know no other way to put that. But anyway, let's see. Very concise messages. Benevolent ancestors, Holy Spirit, universe, and spirit guides. Let me cut my heater off. Any evil eye, dark magic, spell work that is sent to harm me or my collective or our loved ones, may it be returned to sender. Ashe and amen. Let's see. Well, we saw this the other day. New beginnings. I'm seeing abundance too. Somebody here could be born in the year of the tiger. If you were born in the year of the tiger, you were born the same year my parents were born, 1950, 1962, 1974, 1986, 1998. Same year my daughter was born. Tigers, it says you guys are very adventurous, daring, and lucky. Somebody here could be born in the year of the tiger. There's new beginnings. Clear and concise message. What does the collective need to know? Okay, so the energy that came out says moon maybe, and it says intuition. Moon maybe, intuition. I'm seeing horses. Somebody here could be born in the year of the horse. 2026 is the year of the horse. So if you are a horse like me, you were born in 1978. Look, I got changes. And at the bottom of the deck, there's that new beginning energy. All right, let's see. If you were born in the year of the horse, like I said, well, you could be born in 1954, 1966, 1978, 1990. And for the babies, 2002. Somebody asked me about 1987. You're a rabbit. You're a rabbit. All right, let's keep going. Clear and concise message. So this says intuition, moon maybe. What is this? What does Spirit want you to know about this? Moon maybe. I don't know, collective. We about to find out. All right, it says 9 times out of 10, this deck will give you a straight answer, but sometimes you'll get this card. Perhaps a little frustratingly, it firmly informs you that there is no real need for you to ask your question because you already know the answer. Wow. Or at least deep down. So take a moment now to close your eyes and breathe inward. Feel your energetic body. Listen, what was the song I was just listening to? I channeled this song yesterday. And for those of you on TikTok, y'all could probably hear it when I started my TikTok live. But it's Janae. Listen to the vibe. The song is Vibe. It keeps playing in my head. I keep playing it on, what is it, Spotify? Spirit really wants you to pay attention to the energy, the frequencies around you, people, things they say. Just listen up. For those of you that know Janae back in the 90s, it was two female R&B singers. Anyway. All right, so back to this. It says, so take a moment now to close your eyes and breathe. Turn inward. Feel your energetic body around you. What does your intuition tell you about your situation? Any feelings that come up now should feel neutral. When you draw this card, you are being asked to think less about logic and more about what you're feeling in your heart and gut. Your feelings will never misguide you. Some people consider intuition to be some kind of cosmic thing. The fact is, however, that it's not really cosmic. It's normal. Nearly all truly successful people know when their intuition is trying to tell them something, and know to ignore their intuition at their peril. So dig deep. What is your intuition telling you? Yeah, listen to the vibe. It's got you open wide. Listen to the vibe. It's a bop, fam. I absolutely love Janae. I love that song. Okay. All right, so Spirit is saying to listen up. Listen to your own vibe. Something don't feel right, fam. Something needs to be looked at, addressed. Don't ignore your instincts. Why doesn't this feel like this is the whole deck? Why does this deck feel so thin today? Or am I tripping? It do. This deck feel hella thin. Am I missing some of it? The freak? Oh, yes, I am. God dang. Here we go. Clear and concise message. Benevolent ancestors. Why did this moon maybe intuition energy come out? Clear and concise message. Thank you guys for the gifts. Thank you for being here. Why is this moon maybe intuition? The sun. Leo energy is here. The sun represents a victory. It represents a yes. It represents clarity. This could be about children. What else? Dang, that came out. It was in the reverse, but it just flipped itself in the upright. Wow. So not only do you get a victory with the sun, but you get justice too. So again, I titled this reading on YouTube, Freedom. There's something about you needing to take advantage of your freedom. You know, it's time out to be stuck. Time out to be attached to things, people, places, or things that are keeping you stuck. All right. Dang, more major arcana. We got the Emperor, Aries energy. So I got Leo energy, Libra energy is here. By the way, happy birthday to all the Libras who are celebrating. And then I got Aries energy, the Emperor. The Nine of Swords in the reverse. Somebody here, you're being encouraged to take the lead, to take charge. The Nine of Swords in reverse represents paranoia. It also represents a very, very restless spirit. So the Emperor is to take the lead, because Aries represents the beginners of the zodiac. They're the ones that lead the zodiac off on the 12 zodiac, like spring. They spring forward, they spring into action. They're the warriors of the zodiac. They're passionately driven. So there's something about you needing to take action. And we got this paranoia, this restlessness. You could be telling me that spirit is just not letting you have peace. Whatever it is that you're doing, you could be telling me you feel off, you feel like you're going in the wrong direction, or you just can't seem to get the clarity. This is what happens when you don't listen to your intuition. This is what it feels like. It feels like something's off. What else? Temperance. Sagittarian. Fam, this damn near every card coming out here is major arcana. I say that because when we see major arcana cards, that means this is, listen up. This is the time to pay attention, or there's some serious changes occurring here. Temperance is Sagittarian energy. This is about patience. This is about restoring balance. Wow, I just said something could be feeling off. Temperance. He's got 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on land. This represents the balance. The balance between the spiritual world and your existence here. Like there's something about you needing to ground your energy or find a common ground between the two. Does that make sense? Or there's just this energy where you're needing to have patience, allow things to unfold naturally. Something is trying to balance out here. Somebody, I don't want to put that. Give me more. The Seven of Wands just came out in the reverse. Seven of Wands in the reverse could represent feeling attacked. Could represent you being hella defensive. But hold on, let me look. Listen to the vibe. Okay, so Temperance says alchemy, blending energies, harmony, moderation, masculine and feminine energies coming into balance. Yeah, so your masculine side of you is the side of you that protects yourself. It's the side of you that makes decisions, that takes action. But the feminine side of you, the feminine energy is the part of you that creates. This is the part of you that manifests. And so there's something about trying to find the common ground between the two. Duality. Yeah, and of course, patience is here as well. Somebody here is trying to find their purpose. Somebody here is trying to find their purpose. Anyway. But this person also feels very defensive. Why is the Seven of Wands here in the reverse? Let's see, collective. I gotta have something playing in the background. Golly. Hold on. Okay. Why do we have this Nine of Swords in the reverse? What is this? Why is this Nine of Swords coming out? Ace of Wands. Somebody is holding themselves back. Somebody keeps holding themselves back. That's why things feel so off. Or somebody here feels like they can't find peace, or they're not satisfied, they're not content. I'm seeing the Ace of Wands as hope, inspiration, optimism, maybe even some sort of creative endeavor. And then we got the Ten of Swords in the reverse. But somebody has a history of sabotaging. Ten of Swords is sabotage. So you could be telling me that there's opportunities or there's things that you want to do and you just be like, nah. For whatever reason. It could be fear. It could be because you attached to someone. I don't know how to put that, fam. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. This is why this Temperance energy is so important. Anyway, we got Seven of Wands. Why did the Seven of Wands come out here? The Lovers in reverse. I told you it was something. I told you it was something that was keeping you held back. So there's a, how do I want to put this? There is a relationship that's raggedy. It's raggedy, fam. And I feel like somebody here could be struggling with, what should I do with this? And I feel like deep down inside, Spirit is saying, you knew you should have let this shit go a long time ago. You should have walked away from this a long time ago. It's raggedy. Look, it's in the reverse. Gemini energy. You have a strong soul connection to this person, but there's something about this situation, and I'm gonna tell you what I feel like it is. I feel like lesson learned. What you've experienced in this relationship, every experience that you could ever have, new experiences, they're done. Now there's just this repeat of the same thing, same shit, different day, you know? It's holding you back. It's stagnating you. That's what I'm saying. What else for this seven? Because somebody feels attacked. Somebody feels like they have to defend themselves. This is the type of energy where somebody is like walking on eggshells all the damn time. That's what I'm saying. Something feels off about this. I just got the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, you and this person can't seem to get along. Just cannot seem to work as a team. Fam, I can't make it up. You don't have to be a tarot reader to see this dysfunctional ass shit. It's dysfunctional, fam. I'm just saying. Thank you for the gifts, guys. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to hit that like button. Join the channel if you haven't already. Okay, so what's going on with this relationship? Why is it so raggedy? Why is it so dysfunctional? Because the past, what? This is somebody that you've known for a long time? Or there's something about somebody's past keeps coming up in the relationship? There's something about the past. Somebody's nostalgic. Ooh, somebody here could be missing somebody from the past. Let me see. Who is this that need to get up out of here? Shani, you gotta go. Bye, boo. Bye-bye. Hold on, fam. Let me get this person up out of here. Okay, they'll probably be back with a fake ass account. But anyway, give me more for the lovers. So it's the past. What else? And the Five of Swords. So somebody here is very nostalgic, okay? This person is nostalgic. And I feel like with the Five of Swords coming out here in the reverse, there's something about this situation. Somebody here was trying to win at all costs. Somebody here has some sort of deceitful strategy to win. Somebody here wanted to always be right. They wanted to always be looked at as though they're the expert. There's something about this person's controlling attitude. But in the reverse, they're not winning. As a matter of fact, this person's lost everything. They've lost everything because of their intention. The intentions that this person has, why they lost and why they're losing. Thank you guys for the positive comments. I appreciate everybody here who is here with a positive comment. Because if you have a negative comment, you can just leave. I'm going to get you up out of here anyway. But I do want to say this. Please be aware of the fake pages. Don't let anybody convince you to purchase readings. I don't reach out to anybody. So if anybody's reaching out to you, jumping into your inbox, DMing you, that's not me, okay? Let me say that now while everybody's here. Yeah, somebody's got some hollow victory. Whatever it is, their intentions will pour, and that's why they're losing. That's why they're losing, yeah. The Magician, you're taking back your power. Major Arcana for Gemini. You took back your power. When you took back your power, meaning when you stop allowing somebody else to make decisions for you, or when you stop allowing somebody else to dictate your emotions, I feel like that's when you defeated this person. Because I'm seeing the Six of Wands in the reverse. That's no victory. No victory. Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's an ending. Matter of fact, there's an ending. So that's what I'm saying. Somebody here, they didn't win. As a matter of fact, they're losing everything. They've lost everything. So, collective, this has been a lesson. I feel like Spirit is saying lesson learned. What did you learn? Because it's time out for repeating patterns. Remember, I said next year, the year of the horse. This is about expansion, freedom. If you're not already working towards freeing yourself from toxic attachments, 2026 is going to be a difficult year. You're going to see a lot of people moving forward in life while you're still stuck. I don't know no other way to put this, fam. Spirit wants you to be independent. Spirit wants you to be self-sufficient. You don't need to attach yourself to anybody to be relevant. You don't need nobody's approval of you, acceptance of you. You don't need nobody giving you the green light or telling you it's okay or it's not okay. You just need to trust your intuition. That's where the Most High resides, in your instincts. That's where God speaks to you anyway. So for whoever I'm picking up on where you're ignoring your intuition, you're literally not listening to God's voice. Like, this is your discernment. This is a gift. And it never steers you wrong. It's never steered you wrong. So I feel like Spirit is really trying to encourage somebody to free themselves. It's time for you to free yourself. Thank you for the gifts. It's your opportunity. The one thing about this life, and the one thing that the Most High gifts us with, is the gift of freedom of choice. You can choose whatever you want to do. You want to stay in this toxic ass connection, by all means, stay. But just know that next year is going to present so much opportunity for you to expand, for you to grow, for you to see your potential. And I feel like Spirit is really calling for you to look at that. Consider that. So why is new beginnings here at the bottom of the deck? Like I said, somebody here, you could be born in the year of the tiger. But let's see. This came out last night. This came out on my TikTok. I think it was on TikTok last night, but I'll be doing so many readings. All right. So I'm going to tell you the additional meanings. Well, let's read it. Let's read it. It says, you might feel as though you've been wrestling with the current issues. I told you. Go back to the 9 of Swords. I just said that. I said somebody here does not feel at peace. Somebody here has not found peace and contentment. They're wrestling. Your spirit is restless for a reason. It's because you're going in the wrong direction, or you're attaching yourself to somebody who is not going to prosper you. You know this. You know this, collective. I'm talking to somebody here who knows that this message is resonating with you. If this ain't your message, then it's not resonating. Then it's, you know, this doesn't apply to you. But I feel like this, whoever I'm reading for, you know that I'm right. It says, you might be feeling as though you've been wrestling with your current issues for far too long. But drawing this card suggests otherwise. In fact, the message of this card is that you're somehow at the start of a new cycle. With regard to life in general, or any specific dilemmas you're inquiring about. Either your story is just beginning, or the situation that you're asking about is old, but you're starting a new chapter. This is a very positive card, and overall it suggests that you are headed in the right direction. But there are no guarantees that it's the direction you originally had in mind. Now is the time for courage and strength. You can make your dreams come true if you believe in them, and if they're what your higher self knows is best for you on your journey. Now is the time to make the effort towards whatever you want to achieve, knowing that you have the moon's support. Think about what you want to attract into your life and take steps towards that. So yeah. The additional meanings also says a yes is coming your way. Remember, we just saw the sun. And the first thing I said when I saw that sun energy was a victory. So you got a yes, a victory coming your way. Spirit wants you to chase your dreams, start over. You're on fire in a good way. And ask your higher self for guidance. And ask your higher self for guidance, fam. Your intuition. Wow. It's funny how these two cards are blending. How they're blending in this reading. What else does the collective need to know? Somebody here, you got a lot of options to consider. Maybe you're not looking at all of your options because they're not really what you want. See, the thing about it, go back to temperance. Remember I talked about that temperance, the blending. Are you trying to find compromise? This could also represent you trying to find compromise between your head and your heart. Thank you for the gift. Thank you. You're trying to find compromise between your head and your heart. What I mean by that is your ego. Your ego will tell you, you should get that. You want that. Ooh, that's good for you. But your intuition might be telling you something totally different. Your heart, your gut is telling you something totally different. Thank you, Lorianne, for being here, beautiful. So I'm talking to somebody here. You're literally trying to find balance. So I reference this all the time. And for those of you that are old enough, remember the cartoons? Remember when we used to watch cartoons? You had the angel on one shoulder and the devil on another shoulder. Remember them cartoons? That's literally how I'm picturing somebody right now. Somebody here is like, I know I shouldn't do this, but I really want to do it. And then you got the angel over here that's like, no, if you do something different, I promise there's a blessing. Like it's something like that, fam. So somebody here, you might not like the options that, you know, are being presented towards you, but there's something about you needing to consider them. You could be telling me right now that you're isolated or you're in solitude. You could be telling me that you're enjoying being single. There's something about being able to focus. You're not distracted. Or this is what Spirit is encouraging you to do. Spirit is encouraging you to capitalize on solitude. Yes, look. Because there's a toxic attachment. Thank you for the gift. It says, who or what are you relentlessly pursuing that has become an addiction? Loosen your grip and enter the unknown. Very concise message. Thank you guys for the gifts. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for hitting that like button. All right, let's see. What else does the collective need to know? Scorpio, yes, that's that death energy. We just saw death. Death and rebirth. Scorpio season is coming up. Fam, listen. If you know a Scorpio, you ever dealt with a Scorpio, you are a Scorpio. Scorpio come into your life to transform you. Or you gonna change dealing with a Scorpio. That's what their energy is all about. Transformation. They're ruled by the planet Pluto. That little itty bitty planet does the most destruction. So we got Scorpio season coming up here, fam. It's time out. It's time to cut, you know. And not only that, but I've talked about how we're in the year of the snake. 2025 is the year of the snake. This is about shedding. Don't be afraid to let go of the old parts of you that no longer serve you. Don't be afraid to let go of people in your life who do not serve your highest needs, fam. That's what this message is. Spirit is saying, access your freedom. It's yours. Don't let nobody trick you out of your freedom. Spirit wants you to pursue your dreams. That can go back to that options energy. Do what makes you happy. You need to be able to have freedom enough to pursue your dreams, to chase your dreams without anybody pulling you down. Thank you, love. Thank you for the hand heart. Yeah, look, there's so much more that you have yet to discover. So much more that you have yet to discover. And there's that options again. Somebody here, you really do need to consider all of your options. Don't settle. Spirit is saying, why are you settling? Because that's what our ego will convince us, that this is what you want. That person is who you need. And it'd be a lie. It'd be lies, child. And this is why whoever I'm reading for is restless. This is why this person can't seem to find no peace. I'm just telling you what I know, fam. Partnership, it wanted to flip out in the reverse. A significant partnership is about to be forged to serve your greater good. It will be a reciprocal experience. So I'm kind of glad it did stay upright. You got an important relationship. This could be a romantic relationship, doesn't have to be, but there is an important relationship coming towards you. This is another reason why Spirit is saying that you need to free yourself from any toxic attachments. Whatever this is that's coming towards you is going to be reciprocal. Meaning, as you're giving, you're also receiving. See, I'm talking to somebody here. What you need to let go of are the kind of attachments that take from you and don't give nothing back. The vampiric energies, the opportunistic people in your life, the people who are only there because they're getting something out of it, but they leave you high and dry. That's what Spirit is saying you need to detach yourself from. But you got a partnership energy coming in here that's going to be reciprocated. It's reciprocal. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It could just be a friend or fam. Whatever this is going to spark your creativity. Somebody here is going to encourage your creativeness. I got creative spark. It says the creative power within you is far greater than you realize. Somebody here is getting ready to bring out the absolute best in you. You know, in the past, you've been in relationships where people reflect, you know, your wounds and they bring out the absolute worst in you. Well, this is the kind of relationship where somebody is going to be your cheerleader. They're going to encourage you. They're going to show you just how amazing you are. That's what's going to be reflected back to you. This is why you need to prepare yourself for this. And like I said, with that treasure chest, you have so many more gifts. You have so much more to unlock. Why would you want to settle? Why would you want to be stuck to something that you know is predictable? You already know what to expect in this raggedy relationship. They keep calling it raggedy. It's dysfunctional. However you want to put it, fam. Yeah, look. Change is trying to come in here, fam. Change is trying to come in here. It says your luck is about to change. There's unseen forces working for you, aka spirit. Unseen forces working for you, which will change your path in life. There's that treasure chest again. I cannot get away from this energy, fam. It's coming. Look at this. Wow, and it came out. Oh my God. Fam. Fam. We got distant future. Accept that things can happen in a different order than the one you had in mind. Remember, it's your ego that you're fighting with. At the end of the day, you fighting with your own ego. Patience is key. There's that temperance energy again. And then we got the will. I just talked about the will. So, yeah, somebody here, you got to recognize what's not for you. It's time for you to recognize it, be aware of it, and do something about it. Look at the snake. I told you this was a snake year. 2025. You don't believe me? Look it up, fam. And they say Chinese astrology is more powerful than Western astrology. So don't sleep on the Chinese zodiacs. Don't sleep on it, fam. You got an opportunity to step into a whole new portal. A whole new beginning. Doors are opening for you. Remember we saw that card that said options? It says doors are opening for you. This is a time when you can achieve a lot and make big changes. Yeah, definitely in the year of the horse. Definitely. 2026 is somebody's year. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I could keep going. We got rare offer. And then right underneath that, I got Sagittarian energy, which talks about freedom. Freedom. Somebody here, you're getting a unique opportunity to expand. Look at the keywords up here. It says freedom, expansion. See that? Somebody here, you could be a Sagittarius. You could have Sagittarius in your chart. Somebody here is going to be traveling. Get ready to travel. It says you may soon travel to areas of your soul. Excuse me. You may travel to areas your soul wants you to explore. So you may expand and grow beyond your limits. Yeah. Somebody here is getting a rare opportunity. I would hate for somebody to miss out on this. Because whoever they're attached to don't want them to do it, or whoever they're attached to is so much more important that you miss out on this opportunity. Because I feel like once this opportunity is gone, it don't come back. It says, believe in the impossible. A rare opportunity is making its way to you that will bring new hope. I could just keep going. Wow. Anyway, fam, I just feel like right now, this could be a strong period where you're really becoming aware of what is real and what is an illusion. What makes sense in your life, was for you, and what's not for you. Like, the year of the snake is snaking, okay? The year of the snake is, because think about, what do snakes do? They grow and they shed. If they don't shed their skin, they can't grow. Like, it's so uncomfortable. I don't have a snake personally, but I know from listening to people who have them and watching, you know, nature videos, that it's very uncomfortable. And not only is it uncomfortable when they're getting ready to shed, but it's uncomfortable as they are shedding, right? Somebody tell me that's a snake person that knows what I'm talking about. You're a snake person. Is that true, Arthur? They get uncomfortable to become bigger versions of themselves. Whether you a snake or not, that's on you. But to become a better version of yourself, you must grow and you must evolve. You're not. Y'all in these comments. They have to wriggle out of it. It's quite a process to shed. Yeah, it's painful. All right. So anyway, I feel like Spirit wants you to also recognize how powerful you are. Somebody here, I don't know, I was thinking about this earlier. You're an alchemist. Spirit wants you to use the power of alchemy that you have. What I mean by that is you're the type of person, you know how to turn pain into power. You know how to transmute energy, or at least you're learning how to do this, right? When life gives you lemon, you make lemonades. Lemonades. You make lemonade. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. So let's see. Let's get some more clear and concise message. Somebody here, you're being encouraged to take action. Sunflowers could be significant. Sunflowers turn themselves toward the sun. And we saw the sun come out in this reading. It's time for you to turn towards the things that work for you. The things that make sense in your life so that you can shine. Somebody here is 34. Anyway, it says action. So you could love sunflowers. Somebody here, you know, sunflowers are a thing. I'm also seeing stability with the anchor. So Spirit is saying if you want stability, if you want peace and harmony in your life, you take action. You know what you got to do. Now I'm hearing the song again. Listen to the vibe. It's got you open wide. If you don't know the song, listen to your own vibes. We got destiny. Destiny is in the palm of your hand. Somebody here is very resilient. Spirit said, you know you're going to bounce back. You know you can bounce back from any adversity. Spirit gave you the power to bounce back. Clear and concise message. Thank you. Thank you, Post Ultra. Peace, everybody. Okay, so yeah, rainbow energy just came out and it says hope. Remember how we had the Ace of Wands? The Ace of Wands had came out in the reading. And I said, Spirit wants you to be optimistic or hopeful. Where'd it go? There it is. I had the Ace of Wands and Justice. Or was it the Ace of Wands and the Sun? It was something like that. But anyway, the Ace of Wands represents hope. It represents optimism. Spirit wants you to be optimistic. Things are turning in your favor. Things are turning in your favor. Somebody here could be born in June. Somebody here could be a life path 6. Family is really important to you. Love is really important to you. The love of your family, your loved ones. Bottom of the deck. You could be telling me it's time for healing, or somebody is on a healing journey. Peace, beautiful. Let me look at this hope energy. No, you know what? I'm not. I already said what it was. Spirit wants you to be optimistic. Something about rainbows. Somebody here could be seeing a double rainbow. Somebody here, your kid loves to draw rainbows. Somebody's name is Victor. Somebody's name is Evelyn, Brian, Carl, Richard, Katrina, Catherine. What else does the collective need to know? Let's do the work your light. Where's the work your light? Let's see. Clear and concise message. Oh, dang. Okay, whoever I'm talking to, you a star seed. That's the way this card flipped over. You're a star seed. Spirit said, what lights you up? Bottom of the deck, that was upside down. Bottom of the deck says, keepers of the earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Yeah, whoever I'm reading for, your ancestors don't play about you. Your ancestors are encouraging you. You can be telling me that you get a lot of signs, especially if you know a specific ancestor. Like if you know there's a passed on loved one that watches over you, you could be getting signs from this person, or you know, energetically you could be getting synchronistic numbers. This person could be showing up in your dreams. But anyway, what's this star seed energy? Somebody is a star seed. You're a star seed. You're not from here. Your spirit is, I mean, your soul is not from here. Somebody's 50. You came here with a purpose. Well, we all come here with a purpose, but yours is different. Okay, it says star seeds are souls with a double mission: to raise their own consciousness and the consciousness of the planet. They are old souls who have incarnated elsewhere beyond this planet. I told you weren't from here. Many star seeds arrive with a feeling that time is running out and that there's something that they came here to do or create or contribute. If you pulled this card, it's a confirmation that you are a star seed and you are being encouraged to answer the call, to follow what lights you up. Once awake, most starseed souls find it hard to have meaningless conversations, jobs, and relationships. Let me repeat that for the ones in the back didn't hear that. Wait a minute. Once awakened, most starseed souls find it hard to have meaningless conversations, jobs, or relationships. They innately know that there is much more to life and feel that there is something more and get to work. They remain restless. Oh my God, I just said that, fam. They remain restless until they step into their calling, which is to light up the world with their unique presence. That's confirmation, fam. I just got through talking about the restlessness. I cannot make this up. The Nine of Swords in reverse. What did I say? That whoever this person is, whoever you are restless. You know something's off. Star seeds are scattered all over the planet, in hospitals, in schools, in slums, in mansions, on stages, and in edited suites, in parks and nightclubs, in taxis and theme parks. Many star seeds spend parts of their lives trying to fit in or in some form of spiritual closet. If you are dimming your light to fit in, it is time that you stop and start embracing the unique light that you came here to share and treat your time on earth like a glorious vacation. Wow, that's deep. Whose message is this? Fam, hit that like button. Send up them hearts. Thank you for the gifts. Fam, I'm here to confirm what you already know. I'm here to confirm what you already know, fam. Spirit said, what lights you up? That's what's important. That's the priority. Your ancestors don't play about you too, by the way. Bottom of the deck says, keepers of the earth. You are your ancestors' wildest dreams. Some of you guys, you have to understand, back during your ancestors' time on earth, it was extra challenging. Now, we don't have the same challenges that our ancestors had. We have freedom. Do you realize how much freedom you have? That whatever is holding you back, it was because you chose it. It's not because you had to be forced into it, unless, you know, you're from another culture and they just do things differently. I'm talking to somebody here. You have freedom. All right. So you are your ancestors' wildest dreams. So make them proud. The things that they couldn't do, the things that they were restricted from doing, you don't have that problem. You can do it. You don't have that. So why are you holding yourself back? Why? Why are you limiting yourself? I'm talking to somebody here. You're a generational curse breaker. You're a generational pattern breaker. Because I can't stand that word curse. You are a generational pattern breaker. Again, you are not your ancestors. You're not in your ancestors' predicament or circumstances. You have more freedom. You have more freedom, fam. So don't limit yourself by settling for things that are not for you. That is the message. That is the message. Very concise message. Let me get more. Look, I just saw the bear. Yeah, look at this. Fear. Fear and freedom. Wow. Look at that. Look at how that came out like that. Somebody come over here and look at that. Y'all see that? See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? This freedom energy, I love when this comes up because this is a narwhal. This is a narwhal. These animals live in the oceans in Antarctica. It's very, very cold wherever they live. Basically, you can't put a narwhal in captivity because if you put them in captivity, they do not thrive and they will eventually die. You're killing your own dreams or you're holding your own self back. Your dreams die because you don't free yourself. I don't know why I'm getting that, but I am. Another thing about the narwhal is that tooth that grows out from their head. Scientists still don't understand why. Why does the narwhal grow that? What is the purpose? But this is what makes this animal so unique. This is what makes this animal, you know, something that the scientists are studying. You could be telling me that there's something so unique about you. People study you. They try to figure you out. They try to figure you out and they can't. You were meant to be a mystery. You were meant to be unique. You were meant to be different and stand out from the rest. But I just feel like, you know, whenever you limit yourself and you start feeling restless about that, that's spirit telling you that it's time for you to free yourself. Don't be afraid to start over. Don't be afraid to step out your comfort zone. Don't be afraid of what other people are going to think, what other people are going to say. You need to live your life. This is the life that God gave you, not you and somebody else. You came in this lifetime by yourself. Unless you was attached to another person, you came here by yourself. Spirit said, take back your freedom, fam. I don't know whose message this is. Stop, you know, living in fear. There's so many things to be afraid of, right? I kind of want to read that. Why is fear here? Because this is not the first time this has come up. This is coming from the Wild Mystic Oracle deck. You can get this on Amazon. But what's this fear energy? I ain't gonna lie. That's one of my biggest fears is sharks. And this is why I didn't go in the Navy. I cannot see myself being in the middle of the ocean and not knowing what's underneath me. So sorry, that's just not, I can't do it. But anyway, all right, shark. The shark card represents the unknowns of life and the fear that they create. It is the fight or flight response that we feel when faced with something scary or unfamiliar. This beautiful yet terrifying prehistoric predator has often been associated by humans with danger, violence, and death, from lore and stories of the sea to modern cinema. Yes, most sharks are not dangerous to humans, with rare shark attacks being accidents of curiosity or confusion rather than attempted hunts. This card encourages you to respect your fears and seek understanding of them rather than letting the initial dread overwhelm you. This card advises you to look for the truth behind your fears and figure out what is real and what has been manifested by our trauma. Often we are more scared of the fin above the surface of the water or the dark, shadowy depths beneath than we are of the sharks themselves. Only by facing our fears and traumas honestly can we begin to manifest true courage and heal ourselves. Wow, that's deep. That's deep, fam. What is y'all talking about over here on YouTube? Oh, wow. Post Ultra. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for the likes. Okay, so yeah, let's get some more. I feel like I'm talking to somebody here. You're tired of being restless. You're tired of fighting with this. Something's off. Something's wrong. Something's off. Somebody feels like they're not headed in the right direction. And baby, I am here to tell you what that is. And I'm here to confirm it. Like I said, you already know what this is, fam. I'm not telling you nothing that you don't already know. Let's see. Clear and concise message. He said, I'm as tired. Ooh. Look. Adversity. Thank you, love. Okay, indecision. Fear will make you, stay indecisive. Ooh, what is this? We got envy at the bottom of the deck. And trust. Interesting. What's this indecision? Whenever I see cards that have purple on them like this, I think of the crown chakra. Your crown chakra, the mantra is, I know. This is your direct line of communication to spirit. Spirit gives you energy, information, ideas through your crown. So there's something about you becoming aware. Somebody here, you could be going through an awakening. Let's see. Because there was another card that was purple. What was it? Trust. This trust energy. So, I don't know. You're learning how to trust yourself. You're learning how to trust the process. Why is indecision here? I use my intuition. I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. Fam, what is it with the intuition today? Okay, because spirit is like you gotta use your intuition. Anyway, your soul is spirit manifest in this physical dimension. Even though you may feel limited by the constraints of your body, your connection to the infinite wisdom of the universe is always available to you in the form of your intuition. You are never alone when making decisions. Spirit only wants the best for you, and by listening to your inner voice, you will always be guided to the proper outcome. All you have to do is ask. The expectation of others is only an illusion. Let me repeat that for the ones in the back didn't hear that. The expectation of others is only an illusion. You are not born to listen to fear. You were taught to listen to it. Let me repeat that for the ones in the back didn't hear that. Come through, spirit, with this message. We just talked about fear. It says you were not born to listen to fear. You were taught to listen to it. Visualize any decisions in your life as a fork in the road. How does your body react when you imagine your travel down each path? At first glance, it may look easier to traverse, but the destination will only cause anxiety. Thank you for the gift. Thank you, Kiki. It will only cause anxiety and a heavy heart. Another path may be more difficult to walk, but the destination will feel light and calm. When you silence your mind and listen to your intuition, the signposts are always obvious. Fam, everything that I said in this reading, it just keeps coming back and confirming itself in all of these different oracle messages. Spirit wants you to take advantage of your ability to choose freedom, okay? I don't know no other way to put this message. I am talking to somebody here who has been wrestling with their spirit. You already know what the issue is, what is not for you, but for some reason, your ego keeps telling you to fight for it. All right, let's get some oracle messages to close out this reading. I want to thank you guys again for the gifts. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. What is gone is coming back. Ugh. Okay, yeah, of course. What is gone is coming back. Why do you think that? Why do you think what you walk away from or what walked away from you is coming back? Probably because you represented the right choice or the right direction in the first place. I don't know. I feel like Spirit is encouraging somebody to let go of anything from the past. This is your opportunity to have new experiences. When I think about the year of the horse, I think about expansion. Expansion, fam. Thank you for the gifts. Don't let your circumstances define you. Tend to your basic needs. Say no and move on. No is a complete sentence. Be careful who you listen to. Keep a low profile. So when I see this message, I'm thinking, keep your moves hidden. Don't tell everybody what you got going on. There's some people out here, they want to be nosy. They want to be all up in your business so they can attack your dreams and attack what's coming for you. So keep your moves hidden. Now is not the time to be sharing with the world everything that's great going on in your life, because people will sabotage that, fam. I know y'all know this. I know y'all know this. Keep your moves hidden. If you're in a new relationship, keep it private. Enjoy it. The best way to enjoy a new relationship is to not have nobody else involved in it but you and that person. There's that victory again. That's the third time we done seen yes. We saw it with the sun. We saw it in another oracle deck, and it's coming up again. It says all signs point to yes. All signs point to a victory. You can't lose. You can't lose when you choose the right path. You can't lose. Clear and concise message. You still have a lot to learn. Thank you guys for the gifts. Thank you for the positive comments. Thank you, Lorianne, for being a moderator. Let your soul shine through you. Yeah, I feel like that treasure chest energy. Like I said, it's like you still have so many more gifts to uncover. You still have a lot to learn, not in a bad way, in a beautiful way. A lot to learn about yourself and what you came here to do, your purpose, Starseed. That's what I'm saying. You were born to shine. You were never born to be stuck. Spirit said you're right where you're meant to be. There it is again. Trust your intuition. And bottom of the deck, it says, don't let your emotions distract you. Thank you, Kiki. Thank you, beautiful. Don't let your emotions, don't let the way you feel about your past, or don't let the way you feel about a certain thing distract you. Stay true to yourself, fam. Because I feel like there's certain people that will come into your life that were meant to make challenges for you. It were meant to present challenges. You're supposed to overcome them. You're supposed to rise to the, yeah, it literally says rise to the challenge. These are ops. They're supposed to be in your life for a reason. They help, I don't know how to put this, but some people come into your life to challenge you to grow. Yeah, thank you, Spirit. They challenge you to grow, fam. And that's all they're there for. They're not there to be happily ever after, or stick with it, or stay with it, fight for that. There's just something about that. You know who and what I'm talking about, for those of you that's resonating with this reading. Once they've done their job, it's time to move forward. And I just get this heavy impression of don't settle. Don't settle. Anyway, that is what I have for you, collective. So I hope this message brought you clarity and confirmation, because that was my intention. And I hope I did that. I do offer personal readings. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, I never reach out. So if anybody's reaching out to you, that's not me. But if you're interested in a personal reading with me, you can go to my website, vibenationtarot.com. Okay, that's the only way that you can well, it's not the only way. You can also DM me. But if anybody's reaching out to you, just know that's not me. Just know that whoever that is, Yeah, because I get that there's a lot of fake pages. They use literally my picture. They use my content. Fam, don't fall for the hype. You know, there's some thirsty individuals out here. So don't get scammed. I would never reach out. Okay? So anyway, enjoy the rest of your weekend, fam. Be safe and listen to the vibe. Literally, you should go listen to the songs by Janae. They spell their name with a Z. It's Janae. Hold on. Some of y'all already know who I'm talking about. But they spell their name Zhane with an apostrophe. And the song is called Vibe. Listen to your own vibes, fam. You're welcome. My pleasure. My pleasure. All right, fam. Peace.